Pastor Blessing, what is your take on people that usually blame God for everything?
That's like top notch. I was supposed to talk about excuse like the previous one that was supposed to. Now, if you blame God for everything, it shows you are irresponsible. That's just the only meaning. And it's not your fault. It's unfortunate that most religion, they kind of let you rely on God without relying on yourself. And we're forgetting that God cannot operate without you in question. It can't operate without your person in play. Like there's no way God will do anything if you are not ready to do it. So if you put blame on God, God is not a man, he's not a human being. If God is speaking to you to do something, you can decide not to do it. He won't force you. So if you have done things based on the choices you made, and then you are coming back to blame the creator or the devil, you are foolish.
Okay.
There's no brain about that. So the earlier we start taking up responsibility, the better we can do the best for ourselves. You see, I always say this. Some people will live on this earth without accepting God, without accepting Jesus, and they will be successful and die. Don't forget, accepting Jesus does not mean that you are going to either enjoy the world or fail in the world. The reason for Jesus coming, the world has been in existence without Jesus. The reason why Jesus came is to give us a pathway back to our Creator. That means it's more of heaven than on earth. Everything a Christian does here on earth is a transformation of whatever you do to make sure you are doing the right thing so that you will be acceptable into heaven. That's what Jesus came to do. Jesus didn't come to give you money. He says by his stripes we are healed. It is because he died. That's why people had been falling sick and be dying. That is left to him. If you blame God for anything, take up your responsibility. Take it up. You see, you have a better shot at life if you take up responsibility. I always say this in church everywhere I go. I tell you, work hard as if there is no God who is going to bless anything that you are doing. On the other hand, you will pray hard as if you are not doing anything. Like you are not working, like you are just sleeping, and then you are praying as if it is prayer that will give you everything, and then you are working as if there is no God to bless you. That's when the two works. This thing came to me in Revelation. Let me share it with you. God told me, because that was a time I was having issues even with my younger brother and some co-pastors who are always praying, like they pray 24 hours. And I'm figuring, if you're on the mountain praying 24 hours, when do you have time to walk the walk? But most times they'll be like, why am I sounding like that? Even if you are walking, if God is not blessing it, it still amounts to nothing. And I'm like, okay, fine. But if you are praying and now you're walking, it still amounts to nothing. The best thing is to balance. And God told me one day, he said I should walk on my right leg, raising up my left. And then I should start walking. Then I started walking, you know, like, and I was going. Before I could do 10-5, I wasn't this fit that time. Like 5-10 lunges, I was tired. And then he said, okay, put down the left leg, raise the right, like I alternated it. And then he said, walk back. I was still feeling pains. You know, it's not easy to walk on one leg with my weight and all of that. And then when I got there, I was like, this is not easy. He said, okay, put the two legs on the ground and walk. And I was walking. It was quite, you know, walking at that pace was easy. And then at some point, he said, run. I could run. He said, jump. I could jump. As in, I could do everything. He now said, if you are praying without walking, you are walking on the feet. You will never go anywhere. You will keep moving, but your movement is sluggish. If you are walking and you are not praying, you are walking on the feet. The balance of it is you are walking, you are praying. 2 in 1. You can move, you can run, you can jump, everything you can do. At that point, if you choose that, then you can't blame God, because you know you are responsible for anything that happens to you. See, when, you know, most times we think like pastors, everything is rosy, but everything is not rosy. But the mentality is, I don't blame God, I don't blame the devil. I don't care about the devil. Do you understand what I'm saying? I don't care about the devil. I've had incidences that I would have blamed everybody, but you know, human being, you know who is a soldier, who is ready to make life work for him, and who is a weakling. Every little thing that happens to you, you blame everybody except yourself. I hope you know. You blame everybody except yourself. And you are the real person, you are the real player. It's just like a football player who is playing on the field and is blaming the teammates, blaming the referee, blaming the fans, blaming everything. But you are the player. You are the person playing the football. So, and then you don't see anything bad in yourself. But whoever takes up responsibility of what is happening in their lives, I can tell you, in 3 months, everybody around them will see the progress. Because if you have an exam, you fail, everybody will say they gave me F. But when they have A, they say I have A. You understand that? So the reality is, when you have F, say, oh, I have F. Even if you knew that a lecturer or maybe a teacher tore your paper, and that's why you have F. What did you do before he tore the paper? You are still responsible for that. Everything is you. God will never force you. The devil will never force you. So it's you that does everything. So anybody who blames God is foolish, and the only reason they blame God is because they are not ready to take up responsibility. Just take it up, and then you see the difference.